What's up everybody, Zoon55 here, and today I am back playing some more Pokemon Black 2. We're in our Dark Monotype walkthrough. We are going to be rolling through the Desert Resort today, and yeah, it's pretty much on the agenda. So just going to throw out my dowsing machine and get right into it. First of all, if you talk to this lady right here, she's a nurse, and it's really nice, because every time you talk to her after battling her, she will heal your Pokemon. So you don't have to go all the way back to the Pokemon Center, you don't have to go back to that place on Route 4 to heal. You got it right here. Easy peasy. So I'm going to go ahead and take on this Cleffa with my Scraggy here. Unfortunately, since this is Gen 5, I just get to hit this thing with a Brick Break, and it's super effective, and this thing dies. So I don't have to worry about Fairy types. You don't have to deal with that. So it's just going to go down easy peasy. Gonna get that Moxie boost and defeat the nurse. So really easy battle, which is nice because it lets you get that heal from her every time you talk to her. So easy peasy. So, here in the Desert Resort, there are a few new Pokemon that are available that are not available anywhere else. Now, I talked a little bit about this in the previous episode whenever we encountered the Maractus at the end of the last episode, but there are a handful of returning favorites, and there's also just some Pokemon that are native to Gen 5 that you can always find here ever since the last game. And also, if you didn't catch any of the Pokemon on Route 4 and you still want to catch them, now is the time to add them to your team before you miss your chance, because they're a higher level here than they were on Route 4, which means that if you didn't catch them before the gym, now is the time to do it. So, now that that's been established, I can talk about the Pokemon that are available only here. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Pokemon that we did encounter at the end of the last video, which is Maractus. Maractus is a pure grass type Pokemon. It's not too bad. It's actually got some really solid stats. For when you catch it, as with most Pokemon that don't actually evolve. It's got some decent defensive stats and some great special attack, but the big problem with Maractus is that, like a lot of Pokemon that are single stage, it just falls off really hard. This guy will give you a Raw Spirit, by the way, so will all the Pokemon Rangers that you battle in this area, which is really nice, and it, yeah, it cures burns, which makes sense since he had a Darumaka. But yeah, what I was saying was that Maractus is a Pokemon that struggles with the problem of it's a pure grass type and it falls off because it's a Pokemon that's single stage. So it's just it just struggles from all the problems that Pokemon similar to it have, and you also already have access to things like Sawadle and Petalil, and even, you know, Snivy if you want a grass type on your team. Like, there's almost no reason to actually use Maractus. But moving past that, Maractus is actually a really cool Pokemon because, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about the community of Pokemon here, but it's actually a Pokemon that is well known in the community for just being hilariously forgettable in like a joking way. It's a Pokemon that's so forgettable and so bad and random that people love it, which is awesome, by the way. People expected this Pokemon, along with another Pokemon that you find around here, to just be cut from, for example, the Generation 8 games, where a lot of Pokemon are not going to be returning, just because it was so pointless and stupid, which is kind of funny. But it actually ended up being added to the game, so I don't know, it's almost become a meme just because of how kind of silly it is. So, personally, I don't think Maractus is that bad, honestly. Like, I think that Maractus is actually kind of underrated, but I will say that it is definitely not a good Pokemon, which stings for poor Maractus. It's just a pure grass type, like I said, and grass types don't have the greatest move pool, and this thing falls off a cliff. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Maractus a D+. It's not bad. I will never say that it's bad, but it's a grass type that's not like Petalil, and you're using a pure grass type. So only use it if you want to use something unorthodox. The next Pokemon that's available in this area that's brand new, after getting a Soft Sand from this guy, which increases the power of ground type moves, which is going to be used on my Sandal whenever I switch the Amulet Coin off of it. But the next Pokemon that's brand new to this area is Sigilyph. Sigilyph is a flying and psychic type Pokemon similar to Woobat that we saw earlier. And however, Sigilyph suffers from a problem that Woobat doesn't, which is that it's a single stage Pokemon. It again has a lot of similar problems where it falls off, except it falls off harder because again it's a single stage Pokemon, so it doesn't even evolve. It's decently fast, it's got some good special defense, but that's pretty much where its positives end. It actually has a kind of cool move pool because it gets access to things like Thunderbolt and Ice Beam, but overall these positives do not outweigh the fact that this thing just struggles from a lot of problems that, for example, Maractus do, where it just doesn't really have a lot of strengths over Pokemon that you can obtain in similar areas to the game. Wait, this thing has Assurance, so I can't use it? I just got walled. My life. I just got destroyed. I guess I'll go into freaking Liepard really fast. Oh my god. But yeah, Sigilyph is a Pokemon that actually gets some cool moves, and it's not terrible, but like I said with Maractus, it's a single stage Pokemon that falls off and isn't even that good. So like, even though it's not actually terrible, it's just unusable for a practical scenario. So it's another one of those Pokemon that's almost a meme because people expected it to get cut from Generation 8, but it didn't get cut. Now I'm going to be talking about this Pokemon pretty soon because you do have access to this thing pretty soon in the game. In the very next area we're going to be exploring in this episode, actually. But yeah, Sigilyph is cool, but it's definitely not good. So I recommend it similarly to Maractus only if you are really interested in using like an unorthodox Pokemon. I've used it before and I was actually almost impressed with how mediocre it is. So I give it a D+, same as Maractus. The next Pokemon that's available in this area that's actually a little bit better, and I actually am going to recommend to you much higher than any of the other Pokemon we found so far. And that's going to be Dwebble. Now Dwebble is another Pokemon, again, native to Generation 5. We saw it in the Castelia City Gym. This is where you can obtain it. It's a bug and rock type, so it's got some nice defense. It's also got some nice attack, so it's got some decent qualities in that sense. But the big problem with Dwebble is that it's a bug type and it's a rock type, which are both not great types overall. It's really slow, it has poor special defense, and these problems are just compounded under the fact that you already have access to really good bug types and really good rock types, so there's not much of a reason to use Dwebble. And if I rated, Roggenrola a B+, or if I rated, something like, for example, I Venipede, right? And I rated Venipede pretty well. I believe I rated Venipede like a C+. You really can't rate Dwebble higher than either of those, so I'm gonna go ahead and rate Dwebble a C. But it has an okay move pool. It's got good physical attacking, good physical defense. But again, it's kind of outclassed and outshined by other Pokemon that have a similar role. There's actually the evolved form of it that you'll be able to catch later in the game. That has its hidden ability because it's a special encounter similar to like the Braviary and the Manabuzz that I talked about in the last video. That actually has weak armor, which is actually probably the ability that I recommend the most because it makes it so that it actually can increase its speed, which makes it better at sweeping. So if you want to use this, you can just wait like half the game and just get it there, and it's definitely going to be more useful to you, in my opinion. So overall, Dwebble is not great. So if I rated Venipede, a C+, I rated Roggenrola a B+, I have to rate Dwebble C. Right? It's just worse than both of them. So this guy's talking about treasure, and he ends up giving you the Fun Fest mission that gets added to your entry link, which is pretty cool. So go ahead and talk to that guy if you want a Fun Fest mission. I head over here and grab this item right here. So the next Pokemon that's available in the Desert Resort is a returning favorite from Generation 1, and that Pokemon is Sandshrew. So Sandshrew is a pure ground type Pokemon. It's got solid defense and solid attack, and it evolves pretty early after you catch it, which is all good things. But the main problem with Sandshrew is that we've already had access to 2 of the best ground type Pokemon that have ever been available in like any Pokemon game. Like we have Drillbur and we have Sandile, which are like crazy. I've talked at length about how good I think these Pokemon are. So if you really, really wanted to use a ground type, there's no real reason you should use Sandshrew. But with that said, and that established, it's still a ground type, which I think is a ridiculous type, and it's still good because it's got okay stats. So like, if you want to use Sandshrew, you can. Just know that it's competing with some ridiculous ground types. So I'm gonna have to give it a B-. It doesn't compare favorably to things like, Sandile and Drillbur, but it doesn't mean it's bad. And if you love Sandshrew, because it's a returning favorite from Gen 1, if you love Sandshrew, go ahead and use it. Like, it's definitely not bad, and it's got some good qualities in this game, such as just being good defensively and being a ground type. Now that guy's talking about the Hoenn region and talking about how the Go Goggles will prevent you from sand, or to protect you from sandstorms. So go ahead and talk about the next Pokemon available in here. It's another returning favorite, and this one is probably the best Pokemon that you're gonna find around here, and it's a really cool one, and that's Trapinch. Now Trapinch is another pure ground type. However, when it evolves into its second form and eventually its fully evolved form, it becomes a dragon and ground type. Now, the big problem with Trapinch, and I think that Trapinch is an awesome Pokemon, and whenever it's fully evolved, you really can't get much better than it. Also, I just got completely destroyed by this Drillbur, but that's irrelevant. The ridiculous thing about Trapinch is that its attack stat actually goes down when it evolves. Oh my god, I actually lived. And after it evolves, it gains access to like a little bit better bulk, but overall it's just trash, and it gets fully evolved at level, oh my gosh, this is gonna activate my weak armor on every hit. That's so troll. But after it evolves, it gains access to insane stats once it reaches level 45, but up until that point, it's just garbage. It just falls off a cliff. Like, before it reaches level 35 and it evolves, it doesn't even hit a power spike like a lot of Pokemon that will hit their middle stage. Like, you're gonna see whenever my Sandile eventually evolves into a Krokorok, it's like really good whenever it evolves. But Trapinch is not that way. Whenever it evolves, it is Garbahio, which is a big problem because obviously this is not a Pokemon that you could really afford to spend all that time getting it to evolve. If you have access to ground types like, for example, Sandile and Drillbur, why would you use this when you can just use them? But it is a struggle bus, but once you get there, it is better than all the ground types in this game, other than like Excadrill. So definitely a fantastic Pokemon, and I do recommend it, especially for fun, because it is a really cool Pokemon. So I'm gonna give it an A-, but because I do think it's better than Sandshrew. But the big problem is that even though yes, it's awesome and it's a Dragon type and it's really cool, it's competing for a ground type slot with like the best ground types ever. So unfortunately, I can't recommend it that heavily, but it's super cool. So that's pretty much everything you need to know. So now that that's all been established, there's a couple cool things that you can get around here. There's a really, really important TM that I'm going to be picking up that I'm going to be immediately teaching to my Sandile, and I forgot that I'm on 1 HP, so I should probably go heal after this. But I guess I'm going to go ahead and go into my Scraggy so that I can take on this level. But yeah, there's a few things that need to be talked about in this area before I move on. There's a really, really important TM that I'm going to be getting, and I'm going to be immediately teaching to my Sandile because it's going to be really helpful. But the other thing that's awesome is that for all you people out there who are using Eevee and want to evolve it into Flareon, and all those people out there who are using Growlithe and want to evolve it into Arcanine, there is actually a Fire Stone in this area, which is the first of the evolutionary stones that we're going to be obtaining. And it's the first of many that we're going to be attaining in a row here, coming soon here in this game. So I really, really want to make sure that I show it off, because it's not actually in a Pokeball. This is what you need to use your dowsing machine for. It's a hidden item, and this is one of the most important hidden items that I'm going to be showing, so I'm going to be making explicit mention, because normally it's just basic items like shards or money items or Pokeballs or things like that that aren't that important to find as hidden items. But this is no joke. If you miss this, especially if you're a user of one of those items, or one of those Pokemon, it's gonna sting, like, a lot. So, but yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna run back to the nurse really fast and get my Pokemon healed up. After grabbing this item right here, which is a Stardust, which gives me money. I believe I've battled that guy already, so I don't have to worry about him. So I'm just gonna heal up right quick. And I'm gonna go ahead and head through the middle of the sand here, see if I can find some more trainers I haven't battled yet, like this chick. Pick up this blue shard hidden right in front of her, and then battle her real fast. So yeah, I'm definitely really excited to get some more tractions. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading this series very often. I'm trying to keep it to at least one a week. I know I mentioned last episode, I was like, I want to keep it more than just one a week, but sometimes it's hard to find good opportunities to record in my household, which is unlucky. But you know, I'm a busy guy, so I've got things to do. But that doesn't mean that I'm not interested in making videos for this, because it's really fun and I love playing this game, and I honestly sometimes just want to play Pokemon. But if I'm not able to record for any particular reason, it ends up turning into a situation where I don't want to just play the game and then record and then maybe add in voiceover later, right? I don't want to have to do that to you guys. So it makes it so that the videos are gonna end up being kind of sporadic. Well, I actually missed. This must have a sand cloak, which makes it so that his evasion is increased in the sand, which is pretty diesel. But hopefully this dig will land, and I can get this kill on this Sandshrew. But yeah, I'm hopefully going to get some more videos out pretty soon here. I'm looking forward to it, because I really love making these. Even though, you know, it may not be that big of a deal, but man, is it fun. So, going to go ahead and take out that Sandshrew and move right along. And going to immediately run into a Pokemon. Cool beans. Hey look, it's a Dwebble. So yeah, if you really want to catch any of the Pokemon that I mentioned, now's the time to do it. And there's some cool ones. They may not be the best Pokemon we've run across so far, but they're definitely solid. Gonna grab this item real fast, which is a blue shard. Plenty of shards found around here. Now I haven't really made any explicit mention about shards. I've been picking them up throughout the game, and I have not talked about at all about what they are actually used for. But shards are actually items that their usefulness becomes apparent way later in the game, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't know what they do. Don't worry about it, because their usefulness will become apparent in time, way later in the game. As you can see, another shard. But we're not going to worry about them right now. Just end up picking them up, stockpile them, don't sell them or anything, and eventually you will have access to some really cool stuff. So I believe this hidden item that it's telling me about is the hidden item. I believe this is the Firestone. Yes, it is. So big item right here. If for all you people who are using Growlithe and Eevee want to evolve into Flareon, boom, right there. So this is a Max Ether, which is also a great item for restoring PP. Now there's another item somewhere in the Desert Resort that I don't want to miss. I don't remember where it is. I don't remember where I've been, honestly. It all looks the same in here, but there's an item in here that I don't want to miss out on, because it is really good. Have I talked to this guy yet? I have. He was the guy talking about Go Goggles. Did I pick it up already? The TM for Rock Tomb? No, I didn't. Yeah, there's a TM for the move Rock Tomb. That's around here somewhere. I don't want to miss out on it, because it's one of the more important items around here. And it's somewhere. I look like an idiot right now, dude. Real talk. I actually just look like a freaking dummy for not knowing where this is. Let's Player, by the way. Walkthrough, by the way. Yellow shard, by the what the? Do I need to look this up, bro? Professional, by the way. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm actually brain damaged. All right, good talk, guys. Good talk. I'm just gonna go ahead and say Rock Tomb is only available in black and white. So the guide that I was using for covering this I just didn't read it. So yeah. So yeah, I do research before every single one of my episodes. So the fact that I didn't know that is really awesome, because it means I really read and I really did my research. But new area, Relic Castle. If you go all the way to the deepest point in the Desert Resort, you reach this place. Now, there's not a whole lot going on in here until later in the game. But there are these cool little sand traps. If you try to run through them, you'll fall in. But if you walk around the side, you can get through without falling through. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to battle this trainer really quick. But there's one new Pokemon that's available in here that's not available outside, and that Pokemon is Yamask. Yamask is a pure Ghost-type Pokemon, which is really cool. It's the first Ghost-type we've run across, and it's honestly really good. It's got great defense, great special attack, and it's honestly got really good stats. Overall, Yamask is a good Pokemon that I recommend to like anyone, because it has access to some really cool combinations of moves. Like, for example, it has access to the combination of also, I'm going to go into Beatrice real fast because this thing's pretty threatening. But it's got access to really cool combo of Will-O-Wisp plus Hex, which is a Ghost-type move that doubles in power if the enemy has a status condition. Will-O-Wisp automatically burns them, which is really awesome. So it's a really consistent combo. It has access to some cool coverage moves later in the game, like Energy Ball and Psychic, and it also, like I said, just has good defense. So it turns into a really solid Pokemon. So I highly recommend Yamask. Now, the only thing that's going against Yamask is that, unfortunately for it, Ghost doesn't. It has the exact same type efficiency and a type effectiveness as Dark. Also, I'm gonna end up teaching Swagger to my Sandal instead of Torment. It's gonna end up being more useful, but it has the same type effectiveness as Dark offensively, and so that means it's competing with Pokemon like Scraggy and Sandal and other Dark types that you have access to for offensive power. But overall, if you want a defensive Pokemon, you can't get much better than Yamask. So I'm gonna go ahead and battle this chick right here. While finishing up my talk on Yamask. The other problem with Yamask, which kind of makes it hard for me to give it a rating, is that we're not going to run into another Ghost type in the game for a really long time. The next Ghost type that's available to us is available like 2 or 3 gyms from here, and although this one is good, those ones are better by like a pretty large margin. Which makes it so that even though this is a good Ghost type, the Ghost types that are available later in the game are way better. So it incentivizes you, like, okay, if you want a Ghost type now, this is a good choice. Having that immunity to fighting, that immunity to normal, it's really good. But if you do this now, you're gonna miss your chance to catch these really insane Ghost types later. But this is the TM I was talking about, TM39 Rock Tomb. It's not in the Desert Resort, it's in the Relic Castle this game. So I'm gonna go ahead, turn off my Dowsing Machine, and teach this thing immediately to my Sandile. Now this is a 50 base power rock type move. It does physical damage, and it slows the target by 1 stage. Now the reason why this is so good on a ground type is because it makes it so that the flying types, who are immune to my attacks, actually get hit by it. So I don't know what I want to get rid of. I think Swagger is probably better overall than Mudslap, because Mudslap is really low base power, and I think that lowering accuracy is less good than confusing. So I'm going to get rid of Mudslap for Rock Tomb. So Rock Tomb is just going to be really nice for all those flying types that I can't hit with my ground type moves. So really good. You saw pretty much all my Pokemon can learn it. I don't think I'm going to teach it to anything else right now. Actually, I might teach it to Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz might actually end up benefiting from this pretty well, because its moves right now are not fantastic. Like Nasty Claw doesn't really do anything, because my moves are all physical. And it doesn't really learn great special moves. And Flatter is definitely more useful than Nasty Plot, so I'm gonna get rid of Nasty Plot. Even though Nasty Plot is really good, it increases the special attack by 2 stages. There's like no special attacks that I have access to right now that are gonna end up being any good. So let's see if I'll run into the Yamask right here, so I can show it off. Yep, there it is, boom. So if you want to catch it, here it is. It's a good choice. But if you want a Ghost type, I'd recommend waiting. If I have to give it a preliminary rating, in comparison, honestly, to just the other Pokemon that are available in the game right now, and the other Ghost types that are available later, I'm gonna end up giving it a B. It's good, it's not great. It's fantastic for when you get it, and it's fantastic because it's a Ghost type. I'm just gonna show off all into the sand right here. Because there's an item that you can get over here, which is a heart scale, which is definitely a great item to pick up. That's similar to the other items I was talking about. The shards is going to end up being really useful later. So I'm going to give Yamask a B, because it's good, it's not great. It's fantastic for when you get it because it's a Ghost type, but the lighter Ghost types are better. And it's not fantastic in comparison to some of the other Pokemon that are available around here. So, but definitely, I do recommend Yamask. The first time I played through Pokemon Black and White, I used the Yamask and I loved it. So, that's pretty cool. Just gonna smack this Solosis with Insurance. We're seeing a lot of Psychic types around here. Don't worry, we're gonna have access to some of these Psychic types pretty soon in the game, and I'll talk about why some of these are actually really solid then. But for now, it's not gonna worry about it. I can take out the Psychic and move right along. So that is every trainer within the Desert Resorts and the Relic Castle, which is cool. So moving right along, I'm gonna go ahead and heal up. And then we're going to move right along to the next area. So, yeah, not too much going on here. It's decent training, decent experience. You got access to some cool wild Pokemon. So that's definitely awesome. And this is a big pit stop that you want to make if you are using Eevee into Flareon, or if you're using Growlithe, so that you can evolve into Arcanine. So, I think I'm going to swap Scraggy to the front. I'm going to swap their item. And then give Sandile the soft sand that we just obtained. Increase the power of its ground type moves, which is cool. And then I'll give the scope lens to Beatrice here. It'll get some good value out of that crit rate. So yeah. But don't worry, since I haven't given you guys a video in a while, I'll make this one a little longer. Since I've only been going for about 25 minutes, I'll show off the other thing that you have to worry about before you end up getting to the next city where the next gym is. Gonna run away from this Darumaka really fast. I could have thrown on a Repel, but I'm not concerned. Turn on my dowsing machine, turn on my bicycle, and if you head up this way, there's a big, flashy, freaking entrance, and we end up getting some really good music. I absolutely love the music in here, and we're gonna be listening to it here for a little while. So you run up to this manager who's like, I can't do everything. Welcome to Join Avenue. So this is a new area exclusive to Black and White 2, and it's a pretty cool area for like building up and getting a lot of special items. There used to be a lot that you could do with this if you had multiplayer, but obviously, as I've mentioned many times, multiplayer has pretty much been completely discontinued for Pokemon Black and White, Black 2 and White 2. If you have local wireless connection, you can do it, but unfortunately, all the online stuff has been discontinued for a very long time. So I'm just going to talk to this guy. There's still some really cool stuff, and I'm going to talk more about Join Avenue in a later video. And I will manage the avenue for you because I'm cool. Yes, maybe send to other players, but don't worry. You can send pretty much anything. But what's my favorite phrase? I don't know, like, we'll go with something memey. We'll go with, like, Omega Lol. It's a good meme. Alright, Omega Lol. And then when something truly moves my heart, Poggers. That's a good one. I'm actually out here with the big memes. Alright, you know me. I got the good memes. I'm actually brain damaged. Alright, but yeah. So yeah, this guy's just gonna go ahead and just F off, but these two ace trainers are gonna talk to you about how to actually work Join Avenue. And pretty much to give you a gist of it, after you give your nickname to them that is only available in Join Avenue. What do I want to be called in here? Do I want to keep with the Twitch chat memes? We'll go with like Kappa Pride. It's a good name. And we'll actually make it in an emote this time. Oh, I don't have enough. Oh no, I do have enough space. Just enough for Kappa Pride. Blockers. I'm actually using way too many memes right now. This needs to be stopped. You need to be stopped. Yep, so pretty much you can just walk straight away from them, but I am going to go through the tutorial really quickly right now, just so you guys can see it. So you can pretty much, there's going to be people walking around in Join Avenue as you develop it, and if you talk to them, you can invite them to create shops and different little events, and if you talk to them and do that, that makes it so that you can get items from them and later like change people's residency and you know, get certain like events. Yeah, Janus Fitness was built. So if you go talk to him at Janus Fitness now, he ends up giving a Pokemon, as you can see, lessons. Training increases the Pokemon's level by 1. It makes the guy's special defense higher, makes the speeds higher. So I'm gonna end up using this really fast just to show. And I'll increase the speed of my Sandile because it's an important stat. So boom. So he increases the EVs of your Pokemon depending on which one you picked. And so there, he picked speed. So boom, paid 6,000, got speed. So that's really awesome. So every time you talk to him and you use it, he'll give your Pokemon different training. So I'll end up giving the special defense one as well. I'm not going to increase the levels of my Pokemon because that's kind of cheap. But I'm just going to go ahead and give my my Mandibuzz here some special defense. And boom, so just for free, just for talking to this guy, I end up getting this really, really awesome event that I can take, that you can do every day. So I can come back every single day and talk to this guy, and he'll increase my Pokemon speed, their special defense, and all that. So that's really cool. And as I talk to these people more after I go back and do the tutorial, more and more people will come through, and I can invite them to get more events. And yeah, so this chick right here is gonna show up, this little girl named Venus, and if you recommend Janus' shop, then Janus' shop will become more popular, which makes it so that more people will come around. So like it's like a big process of making every single store more popular, and then Join Avenue more popular, bringing more people in so you can make more stores and get more people to recommend to different stores. And overall, you can level up stores. Yeah, she's talking about all the online functions that are no longer useful, but there is a lot of in-game use to this without any online events. So there's going to be more people walking through here eventually if you use the facilities more, and as you recommend the facilities, they will level up, and their events and the things that they offer. So like right now, this guy's only offering speed level 4 and special defense level 4, and then training level 1. If you level him up, those will level up so that he'll give more EVs and more levels per use of his training, and he'll have more stats available. And then, for example, if later I get a store that sells Pokeballs, if I recommend them and use it a lot, then that store will level up and they'll sell better Pokeballs, just as an example. So the more you use Join Avenue, the better it becomes. I'm going to do a big coverage of like all the stuff that's available in Join Avenue in a later video, along with a lot of other multiplayer videos at the end of the playthrough. But know this is a really, really useful area, and you can spend hours in here just building this place up. It is intense, the stuff that's available in here. So I'm gonna talk to these chicks, or this chick and this dude in here a little bit about the events of Join Avenue. So right here, this is talking about all of the different like things that you can use. So I'm gonna talk about it really quick because I don't want to go through all these tutorials. This is Join Avenue. It's a place where people join together, and you can have all kinds of different stuff go on. Build up Join Avenue. Talk to people. Bring in visitors. You could use online, but instead just use the facilities and recommend them to anybody you see walking by, and you'll bring in more people. Inviting makes it so that they will open a shop. Recommending makes it so that they'll go to the shop, and the shop will level up, as well as Join Avenue will get more popular. This room is for tutorials. Shops are obviously, they offer different stuff for money, and you're done. So, cool beans. If you talk to this dude right here, yeah, so if you open a dojo, it'll be popular. So that means I already have a dojo, so it'll be popular. So yeah, I don't have to worry about any of these right now. But yeah, new avenue, I need 260 points to level up the area, which is cool. So pretty much all you have to worry about. Again, I'm not going to be worried about it right now. I'll do a lot of this stuff later. There's actually some really, really cool stuff that's available to you in Join Avenue if you do it later. So here, I'll just talk to this guy since I'm leaving anyway. Omega lol. So I'll end up, sure, I'll recommend it. I'll recommend Janice's Fitness. Poggers. And so, yay, Omega lol, Poggers. Yeah, so there, his popularity went up by 37 points, and now Join Avenue goes up by 37 points. Cool beans. So, that's all I'm going to do in here for now, but definitely, like I said, you can spend hours running around here, not only soft resetting, but just running through, getting new people to come through, leveling up Join Avenue, getting more shops, and getting some insane stuff available to you. So, here, I'll talk to this chick right now. I'll recommend it again, because I want the dojo to get leveled up. Poggers, I'm off. So, boom. Oh, she didn't like it because she was a scientist. Okay, so that's another mechanic, is depending on their trainer class, as you can see from their overworld view, they will have a different opinion on the place that you recommend them. So I actually messed that up. Let me see if I can find somebody else, because I'm already getting addicted to this. I absolutely love Join Avenue, and I also love the music. I would just run around in here all day, seriously. So the more you run around, the more people will spawn. So hopefully I can get someone else to spawn. My Join Avenue isn't very popular, so there aren't a lot of people. But once your Join Avenue gets really popular, this place gets bumping. There are like 1 billion people. So actually, I'm gonna see if I can reset the RNG here. So exiting and re-entering will reset the RNG. For people spawning, so hopefully I can get some people in here. Yeah, I really messed that up. I should have invited her and not recommended her, because she was a scientist, obviously, so she wouldn't like a dojo. We'll see if I can, like I said, reset this. I'll talk to this dude. The perfect shop. Open a nice dojo. So if I open a dojo, it'll get good. It'll be a good event for the place, so I should try to open a dojo. Janice Fitness. Yeah, I don't want to use the training. I don't want to level up my Pokemon artificially, so I'm going to talk to him. Currently ranks is 123, and I'll say Pit Pad. Thanks for helping advance. Alright. Yeah, I really messed this up. I should have. Oh god. Alright. If it ends up turning into a situation where it takes me too long to find another person to talk to because I want to open a store, then I'll just cut. So yeah, if someone doesn't spawn here in like a few seconds, I'll just skip. Alright. I'll cut to whenever I see someone to talk to. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, real talk, I think I might have fucked this up. I think I might have actually effed this up, like, legitimately, by talking to that chick in that way. So I'm gonna end up having to come back later, because I'm pretty sure, I looked a little bit into Join Avenue's mechanics, and I know I didn't want to go into overly explaining this place in this episode, but we're already here, and I'm already going to be ending the video after I finish this place, so I might as well put as much information in here as I can. It's based on how many times you use a store. So leveling up the store is good, but if you don't open more stores, people won't come, because you will have less events to trigger people to come. And because I used his store twice, 2 NPCs came through. The first one I recommended, and it worked out. The second chick, I didn't work out because I recommended, and now I'm done, because I don't want to use the level up one I can't get another NPC to spawn. So we're up a creek, and that's my fault. But we're gonna have to go ahead and just continue on and worry about this place later. I might put in a quick montage of me singing this freaking song for a couple minutes, because I literally for like 5 minutes straight I was just sitting and singing this song, and then I was like, alright, this is taking forever. But we're just gonna go ahead and move on. So Join Avenue, ladies and gentlemen. I'm definitely gonna talk more about it later. But welcome to Nimbasa City. So I'm not gonna do much in here. I'm pretty much just gonna end the video here because there's stuff that's like immediately available in Nimbasa City that I don't want to worry about. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, you know, please let me know. Let me know what I can do better in the future. I absolutely love making these videos, even though they're not, you know, super popular. But I don't really mind, you know. I don't care. I just like making them. So if you have any suggestions, just let me know. I'll try to get more content out for you guys pretty soon here. Maybe some more League videos too. I took a break from League just because I wasn't super interested in it, but I might make some more videos for that pretty soon, since I'm getting back into it just for fun. I've been playing with a lot of my college buddies again, so I might make some videos. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching this episode. Next episode, we're going to be exploring Nimbasa City, which is a fantastic area, by the way. Going to be exploring everything it has to offer, maybe end up exploring some of the areas that are around it, and yeah. So, see you guys next time. Peace out.